Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Blingo back here with another video. Hope y'all all been living y'all truth. Now, listen, man. A couple days ago, I made a video about Cardi B crashing out on Joe Budden. And even though I do believe that, Cardi B, sometimes I feel like she got to be a little stronger and not let the critics get to her so much. Joe Budden, I love you, Joe Budden, but you do be kind of picking a little bit. The second, like you kind of picking a little bit now. You know what I mean? You kind of taking it a little far with the picking, but let's listen to Chigs because Joe Budden responded to that. So let's listen with Chigs Smooth. He got all the details. You know I love Chigs. Let's go. Let's check it out, man.
Hey, Chick Smooth, appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
Oh, nah, this is downright evil, you guys. If you guys do not know why Joe Budden is known as a master gaslighter, here's Exhibit A, you guys. If there's ever a Nobel Peace Prize for being a gaslighter, best believe Joe will be taking that award home every single year. And to his credit, this is what makes him a good podcaster. Sometimes, even when you know you're absolutely wrong, you gotta double down on the fuckery. Now, last weekend...
That's not what makes you a good podcaster, though, because when you do stuff like that and the person tells you how they feel about it and they have somewhat of a good point, and deep down in your heart, you know that. If you just double down on it, it's almost like you just being biased in a way because you got to kind of understand where they're coming from. Watch. Let's go, guys. Let's watch.
Cardi B finally dropped her sophomore album. The album is called Am I the Drama? I believe right now, as of today, it's actually on pace to sell 200K units first week, which I'm not gonna lie to you guys, is actually a very solid number. As you guys know right now, a lot of top artists are not even cracking 100K units first week. Last weekend, Joe and the guys critiqued her album. Joe actually praised the album. He said it was good, but almost after every single record, Joe will give credit to the writers. Now, I understand doing it for maybe 1 or 2 songs, maybe 3 or 4, but it was so noticeable that even Cardi B had to chime in and correct them.
I don't want to be a messy bitch, so I ain't getting into it. But the line itself,
hard.
Whoever is writing these lines,
Party wrote a lot of it. I'm not sure about. Let me get the credits is right here. I'm gonna look that hard.
he is smoking this shit.
He's on here. Yeah, Torre.
Yeah,
I think wrote some as well. Shout to Torre.
Your mother didn't want you. Brenda got a baby ass bitch. See, you can't play with these Bronx bitches, yo.
Yeah, at all. Or Party.
Like I always say, the bars, the Cardi B bars on her records be hitting, bro. She got bars. I can't lie.
Now, not only did Cardi B correct Joe, but Cardi B also went on to post the proof that it was actually her that wrote the song Joe was trying to give credit to the writers for. Cardi B said, wait, whoever wrote it? Nah, that's Cardi. This is my process. I'm a natural roaster, and you already know I'm quick with the mouth. So I'll be coming up with lines and I record myself, then lay it later. Don't give me backhanded tens because I'll always be able to prove my shit. Now, you would think even after Cardi B responded back to him and also showed proof that she actually did write the song,
going through it, you see her going through it in life and put her on blast on social media.
Joe would back off and concede to Cardi. Hey, you got it, big dog. My bad. I was wrong. Shout out to you, Cardi. I fuck with the album. Salute. Nope, not when it comes down to Joseph Anthony Button.
You see? This is why I always say, I'm a big guy and live your truth. So I gotta be like that all the time, right? That's why I'm never the type. Like I think this is a lesson for everybody. If you think something is not true, right? That's just you. You just think something is not true. And then that person comes up and says that you're wrong. It's really not, if you don't have no solidified proof, right? You really can't call nobody a liar. That's not your right. Like, you should not be calling nobody a liar, especially if you've grown, right? If you've grown. Like, I always say to people, I'm not going to call nobody grown a liar. I'm not. Unless I really got some proof, I'm not gonna just be like you're a liar just because I just whatever. I don't got no real proof. I just feel it in my heart that you're a liar. You know what I'm saying? And you tell me that you're not lying, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh no, you are a liar. You are a liar. That's not cool to me. I think you gotta have some proof that these people is lying. If you find out that they are lying, then you know that they are a liar and you know not to ever trust them again. So it's like one of those situations where you're gonna take a L if they are lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, fool me once, fool me twice. It's that type of thing. You're gonna take a L if they are lying one time or whatever. But you'll eventually figure out if they are a liar or not, right? So really, Joe Budden should just be like, I was wrong. But let's keep going. Let's see what he says.
On today's podcast, episode 863, Joe responded back to Cardi B calling him out, and he doubled down on the fuckery. Joe then got heated and put out a PSA to all artists. Hey, do not tell me what the fuck to say about your album. Here's what he said.
Do y'all still feel the same way? I know we gave this deep 1 hour analysis of the album based on one listen or a couple hours. I'm sure y'all bumping the album this weekend.
Yeah.
Y'all feeling better about it? The same? Worse?
The same. I love that album.
I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Still a really good album.
I really like it.
Really good album.
I'm feeling good about
I didn't come in here and say that just in the moment. Like, it's a good album. Even Killing These Hoes really became one of my favorite joints afterward. It didn't jump out to me at first, but that beat, I've heard that beat. It's just 90s mixtape type of. Yeah. She gave me a lot of mixtape type shit, and I guess that's for me. That's for me. She gave me something, pause. So I still feel the exact same about
that. That's true. It do sound like she got that gritty, like, mixtape feel. I was listening to it today in the gym. She do got like that gritty mixtape feel, and I like that though. I like that too.
The album. I know she was on everybody's ass who had a critique or something to say about it. That she was on our ass about the writers segment, the writers portion.
She responded.
I personally am always going to big up the writers, producers, and engineers that don't get the fucking spotlight on them. Yeah. Sorry.
I do get it though. I understand it. Like,
we also bigged her up.
We could big it up, but it did look like we just kept trying to focus almost on the writers. So I understand if I'm her, it's my album dropping. I'm getting all of this praise about the album. Do you like the album or not? Like, all right, yes. Even if she has a writing camp or if she has writers, it's not a secret. It's not like ghost writers.
That's why I don't think it's a big deal if we highlight them.
Right.
Yeah, but to continue, it's like we stayed on the writers a little bit too much. I'm with her. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, and it sounds like y'all picking. You stand on the writers a little too much. You sound like you picking. And then on top of that, we already know that you and Cardi B don't got the best relationship. You know what I'm saying? You're not really cool like that. So for you to keep saying, oh, it's a great album. Shout out to the writers who wrote the album. It's kind of like, it's a little like you picking a little bit. We get it. All right. And then on top of that, you really picking now because she told you she wrote it. Those other writers could have just helped with little things. You know how a lot of people do that. If they help with little things, they still give them the credit. That don't mean they actually wrote it. You know what I mean? She's told us that she wrote it. So you gotta take that for something.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did.
That's Cardi B propaganda.
We did though.
We talked about the album for an hour.
Cool, but then
in that hour,
and reviewed it very well.
In that hour, and also said we like her delivery, we like her flow,
execution.
We bigged up everything you could big up.
Cool, but
don't come now with the sensitive bullshit of y'all focus too much on the writers.
No,
it's not sensitive bullshit though. It's not.
It is.
Again, I love that.
Argue that side so we could do it for 5 minutes. Come on.
Cool. If you're stopping the line and say, yo, who wrote this or whoever wrote this did this is fire. Whoever wrote this, like
I agree with that.
That was unnecessary. You could just shout out the writers.
Yeah, you sound like you picking. You sound like you picking at that point. You just drilling it in your head. She didn't write it. She didn't write it. She didn't write it. It's great, but she didn't write it. She didn't write it. Like you're picking. You're picking.
No.
All right. That's not what. Huh? That's.
I'm not gonna just
because he's saying that you guys are nitpicking.
Yes,
that's not true. Each line.
I'm saying that I was thoroughly impressed with the bars on that album, and at every fourth stanza or eighth fucking stanza, they got a stop from me to say, "Wow, wow," and in the wow, you highlight the writer.
What if she wrote it?
There you go. There you go, Ice. Good. shout out to Ice, man. What if she wrote it, Joe? And I love Joe. Joe's my guy, but I'll keep it real, y'all. I keep it real. If y'all looking for bias on this channel, I know a lot of people think I be biased with stuff, but no. I'm all about truth. I'm going to keep it real. If I love you, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you if you're wrong, period. I don't care if I love you or hate you. I'm going to tell you when you're wrong and when you're good, period. Joe, what if she wrote it? Let's see what he says.
Then we would be highlighting her.
Then you could just shout out the bars. You don't have to specifically point out writer part here.
But we don't know what she wrote, Ice.
My thing
We don't
is,
know what she wrote.
So we're focusing on that, though.
Because there's writers on 19 of the 22 records.
I get that. I understand that. She uses writers. We understand. And she also writes.
So
we can just say this is a dope bar.
No.
All right. Well, y'all.
No.
All right. So y'all want to continue to pick out for the writer?
Nah,
No,
Cool.
we want
But
to
don't be mad if somebody sit there and say, "Okay, my nigga, we heard you."
Oh, wait, we're not mad at them, but they could take that sensitive bullshit up the street somewhere. We highlighting all the things that we liked about the project that happens to include the writing and the writers. And what, should we wait the next 8 years to big up the writers? When should they be bigged up?
You can big up the writers by not stopping, like you said, every couple stanzas saying, "Yo, oh, whoever wrote this is fire. Yo, whoever wrote that is fire."
Yes, that's picking, Joe. Joe, you're picking, bro. Stop it, bro. And you know what else is crazy, right? Joe is cool with Nicki. And that's Nicki's main thing. That's her big thing right there. How you gonna compare me to these other female rappers when they don't write? When they don't write their whole thing? And she always pushing that. You know what I mean? She always pushing that. And honestly, it's a fair narrative. It's a fair narrative. Like, it's fair. Because if I'm sitting here writing and I'm writing on my stuff and you have a whole team of writers, then you really can't compare me to you, like, as far as just lyrical ability. You can't. You know what I mean? And that's fair. That's fair. But Joe, you know for a fact, if you wouldn't do this to Nicki. You wouldn't. You wouldn't.
You could just say, "Yo,
check me out.
Some dope ass writing on this project
check this
too.
out. Hey,
some dope ass production, some dope ass writing, some dope ass engineering, some dope ass mixing."
Let's try it a different way. None of y'all artists tell me what I get to say about your project. Let's try it a different way.
why not?
Because I can say what the fuck I want to say about an album.
Of course you can.
Let's
and
try
they
it.
can feel how they want to say about you.
I never said nothing about that part.
But
There's nothing wrong.
You just said they're acting sensitive. Joe, you just said they're acting sensitive. No, they're allowed to feel how they want to feel. Like, it feel like you picking. To me, it feel like that too. It feel like you picking, Joe.
You got every right to say what you want to say about
If you
the
need
album.
to throw it in, go to your fan page.
Yeah.
But isn't it?
I'm going to say what I feel like saying about y'all album.
It sounds like y'all getting sensitive to her
hold on.
critique.
Ooh, he right.
That's what that sounds
trying
like.
to reverse it.
That's what it sounds
He's trying to
like.
reverse
What you
it.
tripping for?
He said he tried to reverse it. He tried to reverse it. Nah, he got a good point. It seemed like y'all getting sensitive to her responding to what y'all saying.
Pause. Isn't it confusing?
please.
Isn't it confusing if you critique something that may come off as a slight, but then still say, "Yo, I love you," though? It's confusing to a person that has an up and down relationship with you, or feel that they have an up and down relationship.
here we go.
If you're gonna tippy
I ain't
toe
even
around and
speaking to
tippy
that,
toe
bro.
around, that's how I feel. No,
Because you care about relationships all the time. With
but
shit.
what I'm saying is that how can a person not take it as you being funny? I agree with you. How can a person that already feels up and down about you
Feel like you play with me a certain way.
not take
Pause.
that as being funny? Yes, you can do whatever you want, but
They can take it that way.
yo, let's stop this. Who wrote this?
Let me ask you a question. Now, I'm sorry, but Ice is completely correct.
He is.
And you know what? Joe knows exactly what he's doing. He's doing all this to agitate Cardi B. If the roles were reversed and this was Nicki Minaj and Nicki actually responded to Joe and also showed proof that she actually wrote her records, I don't think we see Joe come back on the next podcast episode to double down. Last week...
Heck no. Heck no, we don't. We don't see Joe coming back and double down. Not to Nicki. Remember, Nicki is his homegirl. He's not doing that, bro. He's not doing that. Like, come on. Y'all know it's like a team out here. It's a team out here, man. Like, it's either your team Cardi or your team Nicki. You can't be both out here in the media space. It's like you can't be both.
Week when Cardi B was doing her promo run for her album, guess which platform Cardi B refused to go to? That's right, the Joe Budden podcast. Cardi and Joe are not on good terms right now. The last couple of months, Cardi B has been telling Joe, hey, stop speaking about me. It's clear you do not fuck with me anymore, so please stop talking about me on your podcast, especially when you keep talking about my personal life. Cardi B sat with the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne actually asked him, hey, why are you beefing with podcasters, aka Joe? And here's what Cardi said.
Spazzing online a lot lately. What made you slow that down? You ain't spazzed in a minute.
I kind of did like 2 weeks ago because I feel like I'm getting picked on again.
What was it 2 weeks ago? I don't remember that.
It was kind of mild.
Okay.
See, that's 3 people saying picked on. Me, Cardi said it, Ice said it, actually 4, and freaking Queen's Flip said it. You're picking, Joe. You're picking.
Probably like 2 weeks, probably like a week, but I don't know. I just been so busy.
Who you feel like was picking on you?
You were talking about you was going at like the podcasters and the blogs and people reviewing and talking about you musically, right? Was that it?
It's not even talk about me. It's talk about everything. Like everything. Like like you guys talk about. You guys talk about people, but it's like imagine if you like come every single day and talk about one person every single day, every single time, and then it's like, all right, you don't do it for this person, so why you do it to me? But and it's constant and it's every week. Like it's like, all right, like what's up? Now you got my attention for real.
Well, that's the only thing I don't really agree with Cardi on this, because I feel like she had a whole album coming out, so for that whole week, she was doing stuff, She was in the media because of her album. She was in the media because she was in court. She was in media for every little thing. Like, even when she was in court, how she changed her hair every time. Or, like, she was just everywhere, And that just happens and she did a great job with her rollout. You got to give it to her. She was everywhere with her rollout. So, if you was outside like that, they're gonna always have something that you're always gonna be in the talks. You know what I'm saying? You're always gonna be in the talks because you're outside doing what you gotta do. You're doing the right thing. That's the only thing I don't agree with her on, because she says they talk about her too much. But I think if you didn't have an album coming out and you didn't have nothing really going on, they wouldn't talk about you. So you gotta look at the good and the bad. The only reason that it's bad is because Joe Budden obviously has this thing against Cardi B and he picks. So he says a lot of messed up stuff, than just good stuff. It's like too much good with bad. It's never just good,
Is that why you did this rollout? Because from that, the conversation has been Cardi did the upper brow outlets. Like you sat with Gayle King, you sat with Kelly Rowland, you're here with the Breakfast Club, but you didn't do a lot of
no upper brow.
I mean, but we're the intersection between the righteous and the ratchet. But
no, but these are my people. I know these people.
People feel like you didn't because of that rant that like we've seen people have been going to a lot of like podcasts and they're sitting. Which I know you're gonna do a stream, right?
I did podcast though. They just haven't come out yet.
Oh, okay.
I did do some podcasts. But I'm going to do podcasts with people that like me.
I really wanted to see her on Drink Champs. I wanted to see her on Drink Champs so bad. Nori been trying to get her on Drink Champs forever. But you know why we probably not going to see her on Drink Champs? Because she's pregnant, yo. She's pregnant. Dang. I would have loved to see her on there.
Like, why do I got to sit with podcasters that I don't like? I agree. For what? Like, if you don't like me, like, why am I gonna go to your shit? Like, so I could prove what to you? Like, you don't like me, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna go to podcasters that I don't like. Why am I gonna go sit down with you? You don't fucking like me. You talk mad shit about me. You contribute to my pressure. So why am I gonna sit down with your ass? I'm gonna sit down with people not like, because people like, you just sit down with people that kiss your ass. No, I like positive people. I like people that make me feel good. I like people that I be like, you know what? I like them. I can hang out with them. If I don't like you, why am I sitting down with you? To prove what point?
So now that we know there's little to no respect between Joe and Cardi B, as a matter of fact, I think these guys might actually hate each other. Joe went on JBTV Spaces last weekend. Shout out to JBTV on Twitter. Make sure you guys go follow them. Joe was confronted by a fan about his critique on Cardi's album, and he flat out said, I do not give a fuck about that lady's feelings.
What is this, like some taboo shit? Like, we not supposed to ask who wrote what when we know somebody's writing the shit? Like, what is the problem there?
What pushes her buttons.
I don't give a fuck about that lady's buttons. Listen, y'all almost wrote something mean yesterday,
Then don't
but I
act
deleted
shocked
it.
when she thinks that
But I deleted it because I'm in a good mood and we.
Exactly. So you can't act shocked. You can't act shocked. That's true. Like, you just said, I don't give a F about her feelings. So that pretty much, like, says that you're picking, you know?
Feeling nice and it's a celebratory mood. But who give a fuck about that lady feelings?
Okay, well, you finally said it, and now she knows that that's how you feel,
Yeah.
instead of acting like oblivious to.
I don't give a fuck about nobody feelings. This is a celebratory moment, and you should honor the writers. Honor the writers. I'm honoring writers. That's not a slight to nobody.
Every 5 minutes though, Joe, like every 5 minutes though, you know, like that's you kind of going too far now.
Hey, for rappers, sometimes that's a slight.
Enough.
For
You bitches
rappers,
don't write.
sometimes that's a
Enough.
slight. After the third who.
You heard him, right? Y'all heard him, right? He said, enough. You itches don't write. Who does that sound like? You know what I'm saying? Who does that sound like? That is Nicki all the way, bro. That's Nicki all the way. Come on. You know he's Team Nicki. He gonna go hard. He's saying the same. He's echoing the same stuff.
Who wrote it? It felt kind of cringy to me. I can stand alone on that.
But that could be a different person writing it.
Now, this is a much different tone that we normally see Joe speak about Cardi. He's normally more nicer to Cardi. He normally cares about Cardi's feelings. But after Cardi has been constantly calling him out and then goes on a promo run and does not make a stop at his podcast, Joe no longer feels the need to protect her and her feelings. Especially because we also do not see Joe critique other people's albums that have writers. If I'm not mistaken, and you guys can correct me in the comments below, but when Joe was praising the last album that Diddy dropped, Joe never asked about the writers on the album. No, he simply just enjoyed other records. To
be fair though, Chiggs, that's not a good example. You got to use somebody that raps. You know, singers is just a different stigma. He's not going to question the writers on the, you know, on Diddy's album. And plus, Diddy's album was pretty much a collective of R&B singers. I don't think Diddy was really singing on it. I don't think Diddy had that much bars on it, to be honest. You know, it was just it was mostly a collective of singers going crazy.
You go to a restaurant to enjoy a meal, you're not going to ask, hey man, who made these potatoes? Hey man, who made this mac and cheese? Hey man, this baked chicken is off the hook. Yo, dog, these carrots off the chain. All
right, Chiggs. You're I like you, Chiggs. I love you, Chiggs, but these are some terrible analogies. That's a really bad analogy. Let's go.
Made this. This steak is amazing. Who made this steak? Somebody go find me the specific chef that made this steak. No, you're going to say, hey, this meal was delicious. Compliments to the chef. Joe, you know good and well exactly what you're doing, man. Let's see how Cardi B responds to this. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of?
I don't want Cardi to go off. I don't want her to go off. I don't want her to rant. I don't want her to say it and be subtle. Just say it and be subtle. Don't go off on her. Don't do nothing. Don't go off on him. We know he picking. We know that he's picking. He's picking with you. Joe, you're picking. Okay, I'm telling you, as a fan, you're picking, bro. So, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Y'all think Joe Budden's picking, or you think he's right for what he's doing? You think he's fair? He's being fair? Y'all let me know, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram. shopveilveilclothing.net. I will see y'all at the next video. Peace.